This is a big year for us as an organization because we are celebrating 50 years of ministry in the world. And in September, we launched a report based on a year-long study that we've done in partnership with Barna Research Group. And it's the first post-COVID study on the state of motherhood and how it impacts culture and the church. And it's called Motherhood Today. And in addition to all of that, I have a big announcement. MOPS will be changing the name of the organization. And if you're like me at all, that might evoke some feelings, right? But before I share with you all the details, I want to take you on a journey that started over 10 years ago when we started to get feedback that there were some significant challenges with the name MOPS. So here is some of the feedback that we heard. As an international organization, the name MOPS presents some challenges in translation. One example is that in German, MOPS is slang for breasts, which is either very descriptive or very offensive for a mothering organization. And not to mention the correlation with cleaning supplies, right? What we hear over and over again is that moms say it's offensive at worst and silly at best. And in addition to that, the phrase mothers of preschoolers shifted in meaning over the decades. Preschool used to mean kids younger than elementary age. Now, it's being interpreted as having a 3 to 5-year-old who attends preschool. And what we regularly hear from women who have a baby is that they think they can't attend MOPS until their kid is in preschool. We also have programs that serve moms outside of the early motherhood stage, like Moms Next, for moms who have kids up to high school age. So the name Mothers of Preschoolers doesn't encompass the big scope of our programs. So we hear all this research, and the board agreed that our next step was to do extensive research. And so we hosted countless focus groups with moms. We listened to global volunteers, consulted with other organizations, got input from church leaders. And as we compiled all the feedback, it was very clear that as God has grown this ministry and the organization has expanded, we've outgrown the name MOPS. And at that point, we mourned because the thought of a new name was scary and sad. There's so much legacy connected with the name. But we also knew that we needed to be brave if we wanted to continue to be the pioneering movement that God has created us to be. And so we said yes. And we also started asking God for the perfect new name that would lead us into our next 50 years. And after years of trusting that God would provide the right name at the right time, I am thrilled to say that we have a new name, and I get to share it with you today. But before I share the name, I want to be very clear. Even though our name is changing, here's what's not changing. The first and most important thing is that our focus on Jesus is the most important piece of this ministry, and that isn't changing. Our mission statement is not changing. In fact, we're changing our name so that we can better fulfill our mission statement. Our faith and value statements aren't changing. What leaders get to run their group isn't changing. In fact, it will be more robust. The only change will be a name refresh that brings more clarity about what we do and less calls to headquarters from people looking to order cleaning supplies. As you know, the central piece of MOPS has always been to create a mom community that provides opportunities to encounter Jesus. That's who we are. That's what we do. We were the pioneering mom community with this mission, the first of its kind in 1973. And since then, we grew from a US-based mom community into a global mom community and a military mom community and a mentor mom community and a Mom's Next mom community and a teen mom community and even an online mom community. Our specialty is creating transformational mom community. And so our new name is shorthand for the mom community. And so without further ado, let me introduce you to the MomCo, also known as the mom community. And this name change is going to allow moms around the world to join our community and get closer to Jesus. And what a huge opportunity it is to be in the same place that the founders were 50 years ago, to get to say yes to a new thing that God is doing, because God's track record is that He is doing something bigger than any of us can even dream of. And we collectively are the founders of this next movement. We get to be the ones that God is raising up for this moment. And so here's to our next 50 years.